In a banner year for indie film producer and distributor companies Neon and A24, audiences saw what may as well have been the Gettysburg battle between both companies. In 2024, Neon produced Longlegs and A24 produced Heretic. At first glance for the year, consumers would not have matched the individual movies against one another, as with Longlegs' hot summertime unveiling and Heretic's chill November release. Financial statistics show Longlegs ate up the scene with an opening earning of over $22 million compared to Heretic's $10 million. Both films possessed a near identical budget of $10 million. The disparity is an odd and incalculable difference. A24, producer of Heretic, has been around for 5 years longer than Neon, producer of Longlegs, which did better financially. Both companies are Oscar-winning. Both movies are nearly identical in runtime at about an hour and 45 minutes. Each film possessed a grizzled longtime actor and female lead in a suspenseful thriller. Why is there a difference between the two's reception and outcome? I wish to say that the stories of these movies were conclusive enough to prove their worth. However, that requires a fine-tooth comb, as both of these movies put up the showing of a female lead walking into a dangerous world beyond their own understanding, finding the source of the evil to be a man with ideas beyond their initial understanding. Allow me to give an in-depth analysis and break down both plots. So, Longlegs, the former, is about FBI agent Oracle Lee Harker. Harker is an agent whose ties to the Longlegs case is one that with each answer, the audience receives more questions they are left with. Rabbit hole after rabbit hole, Harker catches her suspect, the titular Longlegs. From there, the conclusion of the film expands past the story we've learned. After Longlegs exits the story, Harker finds that another in her life is just as responsible for the crimes committed. In the last 10 minutes, we see how the filmmaker stripped the movie of its grounded approach to the mystic by exemplifying the very subject itself. Possessions come to fruition, and the marketed connection to Silence of the Lambs dies in the confirming and damning birth of supernatural happenings within the plot. So is the conclusion of the paranormal sci-fi thriller Longlegs. Heretic, our former, follows two Mormon missionary sisters. They seek to convert he would ask to be converted, only to find there Mark the maker of their own conversion. Sister Paxton and Sister Barnes enter the home of Mr. Reed, I thank you, and find a man willing to hear their religion. In an unorthodox turn, Mr. Reed presents the sisters with an in-depth conversation of faith and religion. Mr. Reed touts economic allegories for the monotheistic Abrahamic religions, cites comparisons of pre-Christian origins for Christian religious claims, and dismisses the Book of Mormon as nothing but a zany spin-off of Christianity itself. In the end, the conclusion of this film hits its mark by concluding with the built-up story rather than continuing to add to it. An ending, conversely to the supernatural ending of The Grounded Longlegs, is a twist of irony, as Heretic, a movie about the supernatural, ends in a grounded reality of death. So a stark difference is clear in the stories of these films themselves. The substance is what may very well be the deciding factor in difference. Don't think of the substance I speak of as the flour, eggs, and sugar that makes both the pies, but instead look at the finished pies themselves. I believe the difference in their success is in the look of the pies. Longlegs is a cinnamon apple pie, if you will, with crisscross flour on top. Who doesn't love an all-American apple pie of the 90s? I know Jason Biggs does. Longlegs features spectacularly ordinary designs out of the 90s, and I for one love it. However, the unique spin to that sweetness is the cinnamon that is the horror of the crimes within. Pie with an unexpected bite of an ending. Heretic, of course, is a chocolate mousse, lemon meringue, and haggis pie with a flower coffin on top, and etched into that covering is a clear inscription saying,
God is false.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know what you're saying. That is a horrible pie. And you're right, but it's a metaphor of a pie. It's not a real pie. And those three pie types all wrapped into one is just my way of saying that this movie, that has something for everyone from the anti-theistic to the religious believers, a taste for both sides of the faith. Well, Reed, how come everyone went for the apple cinnamon instead of the sugar pie? Because of the anti-faith message atop the pie, of course. Like I said, the outside. Heretic actually decries Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. That does not win elections, and it most certainly does not reach the hearts of the 4.315 billion Abrahamic followers of the world. In the end, it just goes to show that people of the world would rather watch a movie about a woman in government failing rather than a film that questions the underlying reasons that everyone's individual religions have flaws. Call it what you will, I call that peculiar. Stepping away from the politics, you gotta watch both movies, and you shall too understand that Hugh Grant transcends both movies as engaging, and Longlegs becomes lost in the shadow of Heretic's message and thrills. If you'd like more on Heretic, check out Grace Palamatre's essay, Heretic, the Misogyny of Moralization. If you'd like more on Longlegs, then I'd recommend Concerns Regarding the Glorification of Mental Illness on Social Media by Jay Ajua, Pollock Fashidja. And that's my time. Leave a comment if you want me and the boys to podcast The Motion Picture to cover one or both of these films. Thank you for listening, and take care.